Yeah, welcome back to C Linux for beginners. Yeah, Masood and Prakash will be discussing about pointers and structures today, and we'll be discussing about the advantages of the pointers. Okay.
Okay.
And why we have to learn pointers and what are the advantages? Let me see. I had prepared the content. Yeah. Well, okay. Are you aware of pointers by any time, Masood and Prakash?
Yeah, I have some idea on that.
Okay. So we already know that pointer means it points to something. What you need to point to something actually. You need the address, right? If I'm pointing to Himalaya towards Himalaya mountains, means I should know where is Himalayas, and I should have address. Okay. So pointer is a variable which stores the address of another variable. So normally the variables, if by default they store the values, as we seen in some integer variables will store integer values, float variables will store float values. Yeah, depending on the data type we declare, they store those values. But pointer, they're used to store the address. There are some advantages. Okay. Yeah, just keep in mind that the pointers are the variables, so which stores the address of the other variable. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see how to declare that. Okay. Let's name this as pointer.c. Okay, I have some example. I'll show you that. Yeah. See, if you see this picture, they have declared an integer variable int var is equal to 10. Okay. You know the right how the values will be stored in computer.
Yes.
The values will at the right side. At the right side, you will have the values. At the left side, you will have the addresses. So in each addresses, the values will be stored. So variable is a address which stores value 10 actually. So the address is 2008. In 2008, 10 value will be stored. There is an operator called address operator. This ampersand, this is called as ampersand. This is address operator. So if you operate address on the variable, it returns the address. And this is the way to declare a pointer. I will just declare and show you. Hash include stdio.h int main. Okay. Int variable is equal to 10. Okay. This is the variable declaration. And the pointer declaration is int ptr int star ptr. Okay, this way we can declare the pointer. Yeah, always will be better. Pointer means I already told you it stores the address of another variable. ptr is equal to address of variable. Now ptr has got a address of variable. Yeah, let us print variable and address. Okay. Printf. First we'll print variable. So how to print this? Just var. Let's copy the same thing. ptr star. Let's print the ptr. Okay. ptr.
Oh.
Star ptr is equal to %d star ptr. Yeah, star is called as a dereferencing operator. Okay. So it always refers to the value at that address. So it refers to value at the address ptr. Okay. And address is the address at this value. Address of this value. Okay. Let's print this. I think all of you can guess, right, what it can print.
The address of variable 10.
The value and
Again.
the value and the address of the variables by using normal way. This is a printf which will print in normal way, and
Oh.
this is to print with pointer. Okay.
Oh.
If you run this, it is taking time to run. Yeah, this is variable has got 10 value, and pointer is pointing to, by using star operator we are able to get the value, and this is the address which is printed by using %t. This is the address. Okay. So do you see any advantage? Can you guess any advantage by using pointers? What is the? Can you guess any advantage? See, for example, just think of, students database structure, right? Instead of that, we will have citizen, struct citizen, struct, struct citizen. Yeah, every citizen will have name. Okay, name of, let's say it is 100, and some citizenship number. Yeah, number, int citizenship number is equal to, yeah, let this be integer, and character address should be longer, 30. Let it be 256 characters long, and int pin code, int pin. So these are the minimum details about the citizen what the government stores. Okay, consider you have to you need to build a database of whole India. Okay, how many citizens? 130 crore citizens, right? And you are printing some by using some function, void print you are printing the so I will just do print details. Okay, we can add printf for each detail. Okay, so you need to have a structure of how many to store this. So how you can instantiate the structure? Struct people, struct, yeah, citizen, people of 130 crore. Okay, what is the size of this structure declaration? Actually, I am declaring an array of people with the type of this structure. It means it will have 130 crore records. Each will have this much details. Okay, and I am passing this structure to print function. Okay, just think of it. So this function will take a lot of memory, and there is a chances of stack overflow. Okay, so instead of, let me call this function here. Okay, it leads to crashes. Actually, if you pass so much of data to a function, it crashes. It leads to crashes. So instead of that, what I will do, I will send the address of this array. Address is only this much bytes, and only address will go here. This is struct star citizen. This is a pointer to the structure. Okay, so we'll get to the address only. So you can avoid Stack Overflow actually by using pointers as arguments. You understood, right? Are you getting both of you?
Yes, Chandra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this way we can, because if we have the address, we can access all the 130 crore people. So this way we can avoid the Stack Overflow. So it means it takes very less space to execute. So what else we can, one more we can do is, you heard of malloc and the free functions, both of you?
Yeah.
What about Masood? I think we did not
No,
come
sir. No,
across.
sir.
We did not come across a dynamic memory allocation. At this point of time, we just remember that pointer is a variable which stores address of another variable. And if
Okay.
where is equal to 10 and star PTR is, this way you can use the pointer actually. This way you can use the pointer. And if you want to see the pictorial way better, I'll show you one. Picture. Yeah, this is the variable. Okay, it has got 10 as the value, and pointer is 1, which has the address of this variable. This variable is having this address and address of this variable. So value of the variable is fetched by star operator, and address of the variable will be fetched by address operator, which is ampersand. I'll show you one more example. Okay, let's remove this. Let the print function be there. Consider you have an integer array of 10 elements. Okay, let this be 5 elements. I don't want to write too much big array. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements, and I have an integer pointer. And see, where is the array actually? If you see this declaration var of 5, it means it is a 5 elements. And if I use it here, var of 4, it is the 5th element, right? You understand? You know this concept, right? This is 5th element. Okay. So if I say just var, it is the address actually, address of the array, base address of the array. Base address of the array will have 0. The next element will be 1. You have seen the picture, right?
Yes, sir.
Base address will have the first element and then it increments. So now you will just store ptr is equal to var. Var is already an address. You can print the value of this array through pointer. For int I is equal to 0, let's declare this. Int I is equal to 0. I is equal to 0. I less than how much? 5, right? Yeah. I plus plus. Instead of this, what I can do? Yeah. PTR of I. Yeah. Now it should PTR should have the values of the array variable, because we are assigning the address here, and we can print the values of variable through PTR. Okay, let us print this. It says there is an error. Let us comment this out. There is a comma error. I'm not getting that screen. Now you can see this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, one more way we can print it out is for I is equal to 0, I less than 5. We can simply say star of PTR plus plus. I think so, because PTR plus plus will increment the pointer by 1, so address will get incremented each time, and we are fetching the value. Let's see how it works. Yeah, there is a brace missing. Now you can see this, right? So this way we can form different expressions. So this is address we are incrementing. So each time we are pointing to that address. I mean the value we are fetching. So this way we can print out the values of this array. Any doubts till now?
No, sir. No, sir.
So
No,
let's
Chandra.
discuss, let's discuss about structures now. Okay. Let me open a new file. Yeah, and you both are aware of structures, right?
Yes, sir.
Masood, I think you are not aware of structure, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. As I told you in the previous classes, structure is a derived data type. Actually, it's a derived data type. Okay. What are the basic data types? The basic data types are integer, float, and char. Okay, these are the basic data types. And
Okay.
arrays. Arrays are derived data types because it is derived from the basic actually. Arrays are derived data types. Similarly, there are something called as structures. They are derived data types. They organize the data in a better way. For example, if you want to hold the details of a student, you can have one structure which will have all the details. Okay. Let us declare the student structure. Okay. The first thing include stdio.h. The way of declaring a structure is you have to start with the keyword struct and name of the structure student, and then open brace, close brace, and inside that declare the members, structure members. For example, name, character. Name is an array of 32 long. Integer, roll number, and then what else? Character, address of around 256 characters. And then what else? Pin code. Int. Pin code of, yeah, integer is enough. Okay. So this is the way we can declare a structure. So this is just a declaration. This is like a skeleton. But to give it to a proper shape, you have to instantiate it. Instantiate in the sense, you have to declare a variable like this, struct student Masood. Okay, this way you can instantiate a structure. I will bring this inside the main. Yeah. Now let me tell you how to put the values inside all these structures. Okay. Printf enter the name. Okay. Slash scanf. Here I can give percentages for string, comma. I have to pass the pointer here. Okay. Address of Masood dot name. Right?
Oh,
Not address. Name itself is a pointer. It's an array. Name itself is an array. If I say name, it is an address. In before 15 minutes, I told you. 15-20 minutes.
yes, sir.
Okay, this is an address. So this is fine. Then printf. By using dot operator, we can access the structure members. Enter the roll number. Slash scanf percentage D, comma. This we have to provide the address because it's a direct. It's not an array. It's a basic data type. Masood dot roll number. It is giving help here. This is the dev C++. Now we can ask for address. Address we forget. Okay, let's not to type the address because it takes time. We'll take the pin number, pin code. Okay, enter pin. Here I'll give pin. So now values are stored.
Mhm.
Okay. I will declare a function which prints the student. Okay. Print student. So here the arguments are type struct student student1 yes1. I will mark this as S1. So here I need to print one by one. Okay. Percentages slash S1 dot name. Now I will print roll number. Now let me print the pin code. So as this function, okay, struct. As this function returns no return value, I'm not returning anything from this function. Okay, it just prints the input structure. Okay, so I will call this function from here. Print underscore student. What I have to pass here? The structure, right, Masood?
Yes.
You got right? How I'm passing the structure and how I wrote this function. And
Yes, sir. Yes.
how I got the values. Okay, let's compile and run this code. Okay. F11. Yeah, there is a double quote missing here.
Yeah.
Enter the name is Masood. Roll number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pin code is 5775448. Some number.
Okay.
You can see it print through that function and it printed the name, roll number, and the pin. Okay. Can you do an exercise, Masood? It's okay for Prakash.
Okay, sir.
I will give the assignment after the session. I will type it in WhatsApp and I will send it to you. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.